Welcome to the BoyFriends podcast, where we help you find your circle and your man.
And your man.
Exactly. I'm Jarrod D. King. I'm here with Melvin, Renee, and Tony. I had to put you in.
my name?
No, because I was skipping. I was saving Tony for last because he wasn't here with us last time.
I'm back.
We missed you.
Oh, I missed y'all too.
We came up with a saying, what would Tony do?
We literally did.
No, y'all did not.
Because we kept going on like rants, so off topic, and you always just brought us back. Okay, let's come back to what we were actually
So the
talking
question
about.
is,
Right.
This is the question.
Oh my God, I love y'all.
So as you can see, Sarun is not with us this week, but next time I believe we will all be in the building, but we're gonna have a great conversation tonight as well. So real quick, I do want to do just a rundown of what has been going on in our lives in the past couple of weeks, because we had an exciting time, I believe, with the Halloween party. I don't know if you guys saw our Instagram at BoyFriends Pod.
Yes.
We had some. So what were you guys dressed as? First of all, why don't we start with Renee? We'll come to Tony last.
And I want to speak on Renee's costume too.
Okay, it was so bad. I wanted to be Blossom, like the Powerpuff Girl. I didn't feel like buying another costume, so I tried to make it out of what I had. Honestly, I just looked like especially with my sweater on, I looked like a naughty schoolgirl.
Oh, I thought Madeline. Remember the book?
Yes.
I thought Red Riding Hood.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
So
too.
everything but Blossom.
But then, can I say I googled a picture of Blossom and I saw the inspo.
I just oh God, I was so disappointed because I'm usually so good at costumes. But costumes.
had you had an ensemble with you had Butters? I mean, what's her name?
Buttercup.
Yeah,
Bubbles and
Buttercup.
Buttercup.
I remember their colors. Though.
You would have.
Yeah,
they
I
would have got
Green
it.
and blue.
probably would have got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed your costume. I was a blue Power Ranger, and I just bought this little suit off Amazon, and I was supposed to be the Black Power Ranger, but the first one was too small, and so I ended up being the Blue Power Ranger, which worked out better because the Blue Power Ranger was my favorite growing up.
Is that the black one?
You look so good.
No, but that was the gay one. I really only liked the Blue Ranger because I liked the color blue when I was that young, so it wasn't really a thing.
Pink Ranger.
I didn't have a crush on any Power Ranger until they were the ninjas. But
except for that
that's
one
a
with
different.
that long ponytail, that white guy.
Yes.
Tommy.
Yes, Tommy.
Their costumes.
Yes,
Killed
we are
it.
getting into their costumes. I want to go to Melvin first.
So I was Marge Simpson.
Those
was really
heels.
fun.
And
Oh
he
my
was
God.
in these tall behind
6-inch
heels,
heels.
and
Yeah,
he
they
did
were
not.
long.
He didn't
Oh my
miss a
God.
step
6-inch
either.
heels.
Oh,
And
I'm
a
not gonna miss a
platform.
step.
How did you walk down the stairs? I don't even think I would have been
Oh
able
no,
to do
I was
it.
definitely struggling.
Was your,
I had an escort because I swear to God, I had an escort.
your center of gravity is just.
Kudos to women who wear heels to work, because there's no way in hell I would ever wear a heel for 8 hours.
Yeah.
No way.
All I remember was when I was about to leave, and I was at the front of the
What did I
bar
do?
by myself, and I was finishing I was closing my tab or whatever, and then I was looking for Melvin to go say bye, and I walked around the back, I didn't see him, and then I turned around, and there he is twerking on the floor in this Marge Simpson. I'm like, okay.
In my heels too.
I'm not
Please
admit
believe
In
that.
it.
the heels.
In the heels.
I was like, oh, he's party. He's doing
Now-
the whole
Yeah, he
thing.
was partying.
We have to talk about your costume, Tony.
boo 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 boo.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Not only did you deliver in outfit wise, but you brought that character to life.
Let's be clear which character that was.
I was Shanae from Martin. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm such a lady.
Even the door people, the door people was like, he was in character when he walked in. It was like, here my ID.
You did a great character, which was great.
I could not.
Even
I had
when
to serve.
I was-
And you know what? Because somebody said, that's the thing I enjoyed about, your costume. you never lost character. I was like, well, if you're going to do something like Shanae and so iconic, you have to bring her and bring all of her. And you say about the heels, I talk about the nails. I had real nails on y'all.
Real.
Like curled up nails long.
I saw you trying to use your phone.
I couldn't even pull my dick.
Like,
I couldn't even go to the bathroom.
No,
Let me tell you something.
No, literally, you looked like every guy. Like,
What was he about to say?
I was
like you said nothing.
I couldn't go to the bathroom. I said, once this is out, I can't put it back away. So I'm not ever going to go. I'm not.
But I had a similar thing because I had that big
I'm
body.
glad
Remember,
you-
you had to unzip me.
Oh,
I don't know how I did that with them nails on. Like, I seriously don't. Because
A
I'm like,
mess.
listen, you had the
was
heels.
like this.
I had the nails. I don't know how you got girls wear the nails. I don't.
Now that we've gotten that craziness out of the way.
Half of the podcast.
Yeah. Why don't we jump into our topic this week? So we're going to talk about why don't guys approach me? So I don't know if you've ever had this question or whether that's been your experience of like not having anyone really approach you. Like, let's say you're, the common place would be like in a bar or in a club or something, and you're there, but you're not getting any attention, or you're not getting anybody. You maybe you're even getting some attention, but the guys just won't come up to you. So what's the deal when that happens? What do you guys think? Well, like if somebody were to ask you, like, why don't guys approach me?
Because they're thinking the same thing you are.
Yeah.
At least that's what I would think.
Okay. I think what some of that can be true. I mean, for me, when I think about me specifically, why people don't approach me, because I'm always more approaching somebody else. I'm more likely to approach you than wait to get approached. If I see someone like in the club or at the bar or whoever, I'm almost certain 100% I'm going to go up to you.
Okay,
And
so
so
you're
that's
the approacher, not the approachee.
yeah.
So what goes to your head when you're approaching somebody? You like,
Oh, he's cute.
let me go say hey,
Let me go say hey.
and that's it.
Oh, let me. Damn. Okay, let me go over there. What's going on over
But
there?
let me ask you this: it's like there's not a whole lot of thought process.
It's not.
It's just
It's not.
Yeah, and
let it be what it is.
Yeah.
I
Right.
think that's what like the whole thing is of like not having like someone approach you. Sometimes you might be like thinking too much into it,
Yeah.
and like you're gonna like kind of get in your
There
head
we
like
go.
I need to sit a certain way. I need to like do like that hair flip or like that like that deep gaze kind of thing, and you might look like a fucking idiot. So
or we just we catch eyes. It's like
Yeah, let's lock eyes and give us.
And-
look
yeah,
down
and if, like-
and they say, okay, you got the permission to approach.
Right, because
Sometimes
sometimes
you don't approach because you look unapproachable.
yeah, exactly. Like it's
Is
all-
that you?
Oh.
Are you the ones looking unapproachable?
no, seriously though. Like I think that, especially people of color, we get a bad rep of looking standoffish or angry
I
or
didn't
resting
know
bitch
that.
face.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Resting bitch face.
Like they'll say that I notice it a lot when I go. I
got
have
it
resting
too.
bitch. Ooh.
Honestly,
But we love you.
I think Jarrod does too, because like
Oh, yeah, Jared
does
has
it.
when you are
He definitely got it.
when
Jared
you're
definitely has
just
it.
so contempt and you're just like zoned out, you look like
That
you're
stare.
annoyed, like you
Yeah.
could like tear someone in pieces, like
With that
Really?
stare.
yeah, like
Because you don't be staring at the person, you stare like through them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I'm in
then
my own world.
You don't have
My
no
time.
face,
I
the
love it.
mouth is not doing nothing, so you just like.
Honestly, I wish my resting bitch face as a black woman was better because people who keep sitting next to me on the subway. Like, why am I the only person that crazy people want to sit next to? I'm getting sick of it. So
Do
sometimes.
you be looking around?
No, I'm like literally hunched over looking at my phone,
Oh,
and
that's what
I
it is.
literally try to like have like a crazy face too, or like. I can't even like
So
do
see,
it.
you doing that? They probably like, oh, she like me. Let me sit next to her.
Right. Familiarity.
Like I don't, and that's probably it. I'm like thinking too hard.
So is that really the issue though? I mean, like, is unapproachability really, like, when we say you're unapproachable, is that kind of what you're giving off? Is it just a resting bitch face, or
No, I mean like it could be a lot of different things. Like that person could just be like nervous. Honestly, they could be just as nervous as you are, or just like just not even thinking like, hey, that really handsome guy over there. We keep locking eyes, but like I don't know if I should actually like do it. Like if he was into me, then he'd come up to me. The other guy's probably thinking the same exact thing.
Yeah, but when I took your question, I thought about introspectively, looking within. Why don't people specifically approach, instead of a general thing? Like, what do I have that might prevent somebody from approaching me, per se? What do you have specifically for you? So I'm not looking like, oh, generally, okay, maybe you might be unapproachable. I'm like, Tony's a lie. Hashtag I am much. Hashtag I am much. And so that can be a turnoff for a lot of people. Like, oh, he does too much. He's too extra. It's like, well, I love my enoughness, and I appreciate everything that I am. If you can't handle it, then maybe you shouldn't approach me, because you need to be
you don't need
confident when you come over here.
You don't need those people approaching you.
Yeah, you better know what you're approaching when you come over here, though.
Mm-hmm. Have you had people approach you before?
I'm pretty sure there were. I don't really.
There have been times.
But yes, but the type of people that approach me, they're quirky.
When you say quirky, what do you mean? Like nerdy or?
Not, I'm kind of nerdy, kind of quirky. But
Nerdy, awkward, not really as confident as what you are looking for.
Give me a name in my ear. I'm not just tell me the name. Give me a certain person in my ear. Oh my God. So I can be like,
I don't have any names.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like the most time that people or like guys come up to me like in a bar is when I'm not even paying attention. It's like, I think you need to like not really think about it. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Because usually when I'm just like literally like dancing with my friends, or just like like literally when I'm like just in my own world doing like a jig, like while I'm like sipping my Mexican Mule, then like a guy will just randomly come up to me. He's like, oh, what's
let's
that?
Dance.
Like kind of thing. Like they're gonna approach you. I feel like the approach is a little bit easier when you guys haven't made like that eye contact yet. Sometimes maybe if you people like to kind of like sneak in just to make it seem a little bit more casual and less like scary, because like, okay, so we've been staring at each other. What is this? What are we doing?
I don't know. So there are two different scenarios. That's being approached and then approaching.
And I think you have two different type of people. People who don't mind approaching.
Right.
And then people who like to be approached.
And I know me personally, if I'm going to approach somebody, there needs to be some inkling of a connect. I can't just do a cold call. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's going on? Like, just pop up. Hey.
Why not?
Do we know anyone like that?
Yes.
Do we know anyone like that?
You're looking at one right here.
Hi. I'm Tony. Nice to meet you.
Well, so see, I mean, like, and sometimes I'll like ease my way in. I probably won't do what you do, but if I see somebody that I like, I might just like stand next to them, wait for like an opening to be like, oh, you guys watched that episode last week too? I just happened over here, you know.
Child, listen, if you want to do the damn thing.
I was like, for me, that would be a little bit more weird than
like,
just...
I was
That's
listening
creepy?
I was listening in on your conversation.
No. I mean, like, if you're at a bar or something and you're just like standing there and then you're like ear hustling on their conversation, sometimes it's like, oh... I heard you say that is an opening.
That is not an opening.
That is not. If someone is having a conversation and then you hop in, I would personally, I would think that would be more weird than you coming up to me just saying,
it
"Hey,
depends
how are you?"
It depends on what you're talking about. Like, I'm not gonna jump in on you and your deep conversation about what's going on with your family. But if y'all are talking about RuPaul's Drag Race or something,
RuPaul's Drag Race,
you know,
you'd be like, "Oh, okay, I have done that." Where I've heard somebody say something, I'm like, "Oh no,
right,
okay, I can."
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. But don't like if you go with that approach, don't be like super creepy about it. Don't be like intently listening.
You're like walking up with your drink.
Don't Joe Goldberg.
And just like listening in, like.
No.
Oh yeah, I do feel that way too. Hi, my name is Jarrod.
I mean, sometimes you have to wait for an opening. So even if it's not just like the conversation, sometimes it's just waiting for them to stop and look away or something like that, or for somebody to finish their drink and say, "Hey, I saw you finish or whatever. Can I get you another drink or something?" just kind of wait for that opening. I don't know. That's just a little bit of my strategy. I won't just walk up to a guy immediately without any kind of in.
Mm-hmm. Right. That whole, you know how we do that across the room stare, and if I catch eyes with you, it's like I look away, and then catch eyes with you one more time. I say, okay, there we go. That's my opening.
That's my cue.
And now, you know, like, hey, what's up? How you doing? We'll bring you in tonight, you know. And so I think, but we also got to look at the practical stuff that we're talking about. Why don't people approach you? Maybe they notice that you're by yourself. Or maybe you're with your people.
A group of people, yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to go up to you. You seem fine. You look good as hell. But maybe you with a group of people, and I'm just not my ego might be shot if I go up in front of all these people.
And one of them might be your man.
One of them might be your man.
So then, what's the remedy for that situation if you're with a group of people at a bar or something?
It's a gamble.
You need to be approaching people.
It's a gamble.
I'm a little 90s about it. Sometimes I'll just like slip them my number.
Oh my God!
Now
that has happened
and
to
I'm
me
like,
before. That has happened.
Let me just slide in my
And how
shot.
has that worked? How has that worked out?
I think it worked one time, but I'm betting it's gonna happen one of these days.
Love it.
My mom said that I should get we were talking about something. I forgot how we came up with this idea, but I should put like a burner phone number on like a business card.
Oh my God.
And like my name and like what I like and what I'm looking for, and just like hand it out to men that I like. Here you go.
You can call me.
That is one approach. That's my mom's tried and true approach.
Can I say, when I saw the question, I kind of took a cultural approach, because I think that for me and personally, when I'm in a urban, is that the word I'm gonna say? I'm just gonna say black.
Just black.
When I'm in a black
here.
when I'm in a black club, I'm used to being approached. Guys are more.
Same.
Yeah.
They're gonna approach me like they're aggressive. But if I'm in like a white club, I know that I look whatever. I don't know, whatever it is that white people see about black people,
and they will not,
and they won't approach me. And so I know that I'm gonna have to approach people.
I don't even have to try when I walk into a black club. It's like automatic.
Yeah, but see, I would assume you would get it more than
in both. Actually,
honestly,
that's what I'm saying.
I feel I mainly get approached by like old dudes. I've been told that I look intimidating. Apparently,
you look intimidating.
Yeah, like I don't look approachable in a bar. I guess that's my resting bitch face. I think I look nice. I'm usually smiling. Oh, I also kind of like do like. Sometimes I hunch over when I get like really drunk, so I don't look that attractive.
Oh shit!
Gotcha. So they're gonna have to approach you before the second drink. Gotcha.
Just one drink.
Usually I'm just like.
Okay. So that's interesting that you say, because I feel like I have to work in both spaces.
Spaces.
Tell us more.
I mean, I just don't get that. I just don't attract that well in bars or clubs or anything. I don't know what it is. I feel like there. I mean, maybe it is the resting bitch face. I don't
Well, take
think
out the
so.
physical component. What about apps? Let's talk about apps. Are you approachable on apps, or are you more likely to be approached if it's not a physical thing?
I mean, it's kind of hard to determine because, like, you don't know who and who's not swiping on you. Like, how many...
Yeah, we're not just talking about swiping apps.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just letting you know. Not just the swiping apps.
Oh, my God. I forgot about the apps.
On the apps, I've noticed that... I don't know. It depends. Like, if I'm on, like, Grindr or something, like, if I put up, like, my really sexy picture, then I get a lot of responses. But if I just put up, like, you know, my Tinder picture, my boyfriend picture, like, you know, like The Bachelor or something.
What is sexy versus Tinder picture?
It's like basically underwear. Like an underwear. Either I'm an underwear
We got
model.
all Pull up?
So wait, You be having your underwear on. Grindr. So let me just say.
First of all, I'm gonna need
Grindr is for one thing.
Yeah, we need some. You say what?
I said Grindr is for one thing, and Tinder is for something else.
Oh yeah. So, would you consider yourself like shy?
No, I would not. I mean, I think I can easily talk to people if they approach. Mm-hmm. I probably am a lot easier now to approach somebody else than I was before, but I wouldn't necessarily say I was shy back,
When do you think the change took place?
Honestly, the change for me took place when I was kind of formulating this platform.
Okay.
Honestly, a lot of these questions that I'm asking are questions that I have had in back in the day. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I know that I'm not the only one that has these types of questions.
No. I have several friends who have already told me that they enjoy the podcast because of they think about these things. They just never talk to anyone.
I know. I feel like a lot of people just don't say it out loud. But I will say, I think that sometimes when you are out, you do look a little bit more reserved.
That's what I was gonna say.
You you look like, it's not that you look like standoffish. You just look a little bit more reserved,
Yeah.
And I think that's just honestly the vibe you give off, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I happen to like it because I just feel like you look so posh all the time.
Jarrod is a good time.
But you're so fun.
It's a damn good time.
No, you're so fun, and I think when we first met, I didn't know how fun you were. You didn't you seem more like a quiet person, but you're not that at all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Your dance moves are stellar. You should. Oh, you did not see him dancing.
You see him dancing?
Oh.
The wobble that's dancing. I mean,
no, he was dancing. He was dancing.
He was not.
He was getting.
He was dancing.
Baby.
Oh my god!
Do it like it's your B-Day.
You were too in character to notice. But, no, and you're fun as shit. You're so fun. But you do look a little bit more reserved.
Mm-hmm.
When you're out.
I can accept that.
Yeah. And so that could honestly be the reason.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a reason for people not to talk to you. I think that sometimes if you look reserved or you're chilling, people might think that that's what you want to do. You just want to chill. And so and not specifically for you. I think the same thing for me and for anybody else. Mm-hmm. Like Tony said, that sometimes I can come off as rude and I don't realize it, but I guess that's a thing.
I never got that from you.
I did not say rude.
What did you say?
I don't know. I said you look unapproachable sometimes too.
Oh, that's what he said. Sometimes I look unapproachable.
Did I look unapproachable? I want to know. Do I look unapproachable when I'm out?
I think at the party, when I saw you just sitting there, at first I was like, is she having a good time? So I walked over to you and and then you start smiling and you're bubbly. But at first and you also said you were tired too.
I was, it was rough. It was a rough one. Also, side note, first of all, party started at 4. I got there at 6. No one was there.
Yeah, you're gonna learn.
That's
the black gay community in Philadelphia.
You tell us.
I was like, I thought I was gonna show up so fashionably late. No. I was unfashionably.
We only like to party for an hour and a half, apparently.
Yeah. We spend this money.
I'm gonna have to cut that part out because that was a little rough.
No, we're looking for controversy.
I'm just like, why is nobody here?
But also,
I've had that
moment.
moment.
Party for 6 hours either.
Nobody's partying for them fucking 6 hours. You
Right.
gonna hit the last 3 hours of the party, maybe the last fucking 2.
I have.
And that's the real.
Well, I'm just like 2.5 maybe.
2.5 is
not
good,
the
though.
last hour and
Oh,
a half.
no.
Now, I have accidentally been to a club at the last hour. I don't know how we got on this subject.
Because Renee went on a tangent again.
Renee want to know if she looked unapproachable, y'all.
Yes.
When I first met Renee at the corner store bakery, I was like, oh, she's so cute.
say that like it's a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing.
Didn't y'all like not hug or something? Or what was it?
I give you a hug.
No, it was something. I cannot remember.
I don't know.
What it
No,
was.
y'all had a little something
It was something
that happened,
like
and I was like, "Oh, wait, well."
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he came up to me. The first thing you said to me was, "Oh, you're the reason we had to reschedule this
That's
meeting."
right.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
this
right,
man
and I
is
will
gonna-
let you know. Oh, you late? Y'all like Renee and him were late tonight. I'm like, I will let you know. You the
Oh
reason why we had to.
wow! You gonna put me in? See how I get? See, I didn't even do nothing.
See
how
what
they
I did?
do?
I am yes, that was a little tizzy. You know, I had to let it be known. Like,
And I knew from that point, I was like, this man is gonna break my heart one day.
no. And that's when I was like, okay, you know who also looks very approachable? Sarun. I was like, oh, he's too bubbly.
He
I'm
does
like,
look
this guy is
approachable.
too damn bubbly.
Which
That's why I said he
is
always
so-
look like he's smiling. Even
Yeah,
when
it's
he's not.
like,
It's funny because
you
like
know?
Sarun is like so approachable, but I feel like he's like the person that doesn't want to be approached.
Right. Yes.
Funny.
There we go.
That is it. He's like, do
He's
not
so-
go up to me.
But
He's
see,
so
but he looks
approachable
like
and
he's
he
always
doesn't
someone.
want to be
See?
approached.
see, then show it. Then show it.
We
If you don't
gotta-
want to be
we gotta
approached,
teach him rest
then
in
show
bitch
you I don't
face.
want to be approached.
Now, see, I feel like I'm very good at showing that I don't want to be approached because I know how to yeah, I know how to shut it off.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to like turn it on. Like, and it's weird because you say that like I seem very reserved, but even when I'm like out and I feel like I'm open, I feel like I'm looking and present, you know. But I think sometimes maybe I do still give off that reservedness.
So you know what's, and this is for me personally, what's approachable to me in a club setting?
Mm-hmm.
Someone dancing, someone laughing, joking with
okay.
their friends, someone
Yeah.
you know looking like they're having a good time.
I like
Even
that.
though you might
Yeah.
be standing there and you're not necessarily looking like you're upset,
Mhm.
but standing there with your drink looking around isn't necessarily, to me, screaming
Approachable.
No,
approachable.
it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
approachable,
yeah.
and I hate that movies make it seem like it is. Like he's just standing alone over there with a drink,
That's
looking
like,
looking at
Right,
people
there
like
we
a
go.
wallflower. Like no,
Now,
that's not
see,
fun.
there's another issue here because if we're talking to somebody who typically has trouble connecting with people,
Yeah.
then they may be in a bar or a club by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so how do you then remedy the fact that they're there by themselves and they may look unapproachable because they're just there alone?
Yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned this like in a previous podcast, but my solution for that is always start talking up with the bartender. Get a conversation going with the bartender.
I like that.
And then a lot of like at least one person with like within 5 minutes of the conversation is just gonna jump in
because the bartender
because
can't
it's
talk.
because it's the bartender, and like the bartender is like such a great medium if you're alone. Like I've used that trick a bunch of different times, and I've always like been able to talk to someone who's also at the bar, even if they're with a group of people.
That's such a good remedy. I love that. That is good. Actually, that was a good
So
one.
I
I'm
have a
gonna write
question.
that down. I'm gonna put your name next to it so I remember this time.
So for the people who don't get approached, I guess my question would be, why don't you feel comfortable to approach people then?
I mean, they could be shy. I mean, shyness is definitely a thing. So like, it could be a shy person who's, you know, already hunched over, like giving off that vibe of like, I'm a little scared.
So
to
is
be
it
here.
mean to the shy person to say you can't have it both ways? Like you can't be shy and want people to approach you?
To be real, I don't think so. I don't think I totally get being shy. But to meet someone, you gotta not be shy.
Yeah.
That's
gotta
the
step
only.
outside your
That's the
comfort
only.
zone.
Yeah, that's the only way
Yeah.
to like meet people.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel weird like going up to someone who's like, you know, like not really talking to anyone, who's like super tight-lipped, like.
But then I'll do the exact opposite. I was like, oh, you by yourself? What you
You're a
doing
national
here?
treasure,
He's
first of all.
anomaly.
You're definitely an anomaly.
Anomaly.
I don't know how to speak.
I couldn't get it out all the
Because
way
you
at
know
first
what?
either.
I would want somebody.
To
If
do the
I'm
same
if
for
I'm
you.
if I'm by myself and I'm I'm kind of like I'm vibing out and I'm by myself, I would probably want somebody to check up on me and say, hey, what's up? How you doing tonight? You know, I'm like Go out your way.
And that's what makes you perfect for the shy person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, probably that shy person is like looking for you. Like come get me out of my shell. And that could be like the reason that you're not being approached, because there's not a lot of people like you. There's not a lot of people who are like gonna walk in and just sit on someone's lap like, what's up?
They're not letting
like,
you live that down, huh?
It's not.
Like,
Wow.
there's not a lot of people that are like really as willing as you are to just go head first, meet people, make connections, like, and really get to know someone. So that could be a reason that like so many people are feeling like they can't be approached, especially shy people, because there aren't a lot of people like Tony. Like,
that's another thing. I mean, that's another point. I feel like, and let me know if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of us in our community are very scared. I feel like there could be a lot more approaching or, you know, being the approacher. I feel like there could be a lot more of that interaction. And my sense is that we get in there and we get into our little cliques. I mean, I know we talked about this in our first episode, but we get into a public space, we get into our cliques, and it's almost like when you're at the high school dance and everybody's on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really mixes. I mean, it takes certain people like Tony to like kind of intermingle between people.
be more like Tony.
And just, I mean, I don't know. Like, is that anybody else's impression?
I wouldn't say scared. I think the times we live in, people are trying to like, how can I say?
So
like get the one up almost, like, oh, you came to talk to me, I didn't talk to you, or you know, vice versa. Whatever
it's about
it is.
status. Sometimes, if I'm with my crew, and how many times if you are out there, how many times have you ever done this, and somebody who seemingly is not attracted to you come up to you, oh no, this Melvin, this my boyfriend, yeah, we together. No, then that's your best friend, and your best friend plays it off like, yeah, that's my boy. That's my boyfriend. And it's like, and then they go away like that. Child, how the nerve? Like, how the fuck? Why would he even come up to me? Why would he even say that?
Right.
First of all, it's that rejection on the back end, so that people are not approaching people because of that same rejection. Mm-hmm. You know, then what? That wasn't your boyfriend. That was your friend that you told to act like your boyfriend. And so that's one reason that we really need to dig into as well. People are afraid of rejection.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
we're afraid of rejection because the rejection that we give is so nasty.
Right.
Like,
really?
Yeah. Well, case in point, what he just said.
No,
I mean,
because if it's nasty, but are you rejecting people that's in a not nasty way?
No, unless they're like really creepy.
Then you will.
Then I will. Like,
well,
if they're
I mean,
being,
it just depends. Like, you know, that I feel like we can give a pass to like creepy.
Yeah,
people.
like creepy. But if it's
I
like
feel
a
like
guy, if it's a guy that I'm not into, as a straight lady, my very first rejection is very nice. Like, hey, sorry, I just want to be over here. Like, I don't want to be like a part of this, but in the nicest way possible. Yeah. And if like he's still being persistent and like being weird, then I'm like,
well, then
alone.
That's on them. But
I didn't know that.
I mean, we talked about rejection. I think episode 2, and yeah, there's a good way to say, you know, no, thank you, and then there's a way to like completely chop down somebody's self-esteem.
Oh, hell no.
I wouldn't.
I didn't know
that's
that.
a big component.
So that rejection, that's like that brutal in the gay community.
Yeah,
it gets nasty.
It's about once again, it's about status. It's about who
that's
you know,
so mean.
ego. Why you even come up to me in front of all these people? You know, I'm not ever gonna.
Now,
if it was by myself, I might give you this.
I've always said.
I mean, straight girls.
I've always
like
said
that.
in Philly, if you don't have at least 10,000 Instagram followers, you ain't getting nowhere.
I have 400.
If you're not like one of those
300,
like,
I almost have
notable. If you're
head.
like one of those notable people in the community, you're like who are you meeting? Who are you talking to? Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you have these like 10, 20 guys that everybody is looking at.
I would never make
and
no, I just, you know, it's sad, but it's the truth. I think that, like, realistically, for the person who is asking this question, like, why don't guys approach me? I think the most realistic answer is that you need to just start doing the approaching. For me, like, I think that you just need to
be a little less scared of rejection and accept that rejection can happen. Also, I did want to like kind of move to the point. I think Sarun mentioned this in the messages of like, is it because like I'm not pretty enough or handsome enough, kind of thing, or like do I like?
I think what he was asking was, or what he was saying was, the flip side of this question was, are the guys that are you not getting approached, or are the guys that are not attractive to you approaching you, like, and you're just not? So you're just not accepting that as an approach or something like something.
Okay,
along those
so
lines.
then I read his thing wrong, but I just want to mention, like, it's not that you're like not pretty or that you're not handsome or that like, you know, like you just like you look like a gremlin or something like that. Half the time that's not it.
It could be that.
It could be that.
No. Most of the time it is that.
Okay, it could be
Wait,
that.
what?
No, most of the time it is that. You're
Okay,
not getting approached
I don't see
because
that.
you may not be somebody who's attractive.
Okay,
Let's put it out there.
I don't see that many gremlins, okay?
I ain't talking about gremlins.
Ain't nobody ugly.
You know when you were... y'all sugarcoating it.
Okay.
You know when you are ugly. Come on, you know.
Stop it.
Nobody is ugly. No one is ugly.
No one is
Y'all-
ugly.
No one is ugly.
I don't know who y'all talking to.
All right, hold on, because
In
I
this
want you to
world.
finish your point, Renee, and then I want to talk more about
what
what
I was
Tony's
saying is it's more than just like not looking like a gremlin, because even gremlins, like look at Shrek, he got Fiona, okay? So
Yes, he did.
Right, there's somebody for everybody.
there's someone for everyone, and so the whole not being approached thing could be something completely different. They could be nervous.
Melvin is dying.
they could be nervous. You could just like you could maybe give off the vibe, not necessarily like your looks, but just like the vibe that you don't want to be talked to, or like you're with your friends, and so like they're scared to like talk to you, and then possibly get rejection in front of the friends.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's a lot of different things. It doesn't have to just be looks.
You're right. It's not just looks, but sometimes I'll speak for the gay community. It is a lot of looks. It is a lot of. So you got the 6-pack, you got the muscles. I got the 6-pack keg, but I also got the personality.
Yeah.
People, our gay community, they are very about what you look like.
What you can do for me.
What you can do for me.
Definitely.
What you can
That's
provide.
what it is.
Okay, so
that's what I feel like it is, even more so than what you look like. It's what can you do for me, and that's why I said
they don't know what you can do for them
Exactly.
if they don't know you yet. So we got to look off very, very surface level. They don't know what you can do for them or not do for them until they approach you. But I can't approach you if I don't physically, aesthetically feel like I can approach you.
So
I'm gonna be the lone stranger out here tonight.
So I don't have a preference when it comes to looks. Let me say that. I like them tall, light, dark, short, chubby, skinny. That's not a thing for me.
I love dad bods.
You love dad bods?
Dad bods, a little.
I
Just
love
like,
you too.
just like a little something there that says like, yeah, I ate the crust of the pie
Finish
too.
your point.
For me,
Sorry.
For me, it's about confidence, and that's why. Personally, I don't.
There we go.
Let me not say that. I don't approach guys often, but I don't approach guys. It's kind of weird to say. So if you ever wanted me to approach you, here's your cue. You need to approach me. But I like guys with confidence, and so as long as you wearing whatever you wearing, and you know it's the flyest thing in this motherfucking room, that I'm gonna give you a shot. I'm gonna give you my number. Like I think that's what matters to me personally. Like I think it's about how you carry yourself.
Yeah, that is.
I like that. It could be somebody unattractive and he know he the flyest one in the motherfucking room.
That's true.
It's like that. Okay.
Yeah, how
You
you
get Rick Ross. No shade.
That's what I'm saying.
But
because he carried that confidence, he wears it.
Yeah.
and he also is a
And I
millionaire.
also, semi piggybacking off of what you said, I did kind of like think in my head, like, well, like it could be like a really handsome guy, but if he's got like holes in his shirt or like it's wrinkly, like if you don't look presentable, like if you don't take care of yourself, why should I believe that you're gonna take care of me?
Oh, come
Ooh.
on. Give me some. Up top. I heard a word.
To write
there.
that down. Renee said
she got 2 already. Dang.
Oh my god.
All right.
Put
So
that on
like
my
yeah,
pillow.
it's good to look presentable. Like you don't have to like be dressed to the nines all the time, but like don't look like you just like rolled out of the sewer. Like
I know that's right. It's smelling good.
So I mean, even if you're technically unattractive, or not what do you call it?
stereotypically unattractive.
Yeah, y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
But, you know, you could still present yourself in a way that is attractive. I mean, it's like you can still be attractive if you don't if you don't fit the mold of what is considered.
And that confidence shows
really,
in the pours
right, the confidence.
Like,
so that's, you know, so
exactly.
yeah. So it's really just about like how you present yourself and how it's really, I guess we can kind of equate that to self-love because if you're loving on yourself and if you know it shows up, you know what I'm saying?
Topic. How to give yourself self-love. That should be a topic.
If you don't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else? So question: Tony said he does approach people. Do you approach people?
Every now and then I will. Honestly, like I'm lazy. I'm very lazy. I'm a very lazy person. Like if someone could just show up to my house with flowers, that'd be nice. Please don't do that if there's stalkers out there. Like I'm kidding.
You said show up at your house.
I got these lilies.
Oh, I love lilies.
See, there you go. You're just giving those stalkers the playbook now.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. No, I approach guys some of the time, but I think when I approach them kind of accidentally, to be honest. Like
so no intention behind it.
Yeah,
so it's more like we started a conversation.
Yeah. Like,
see now.
I will notice that like, oh hey, he's cute. But, like, I usually am a bit more chill about it. I'm just like, oh, he's cute. I hope I get to talk to him at the end of the night. And if the opportunity presents itself, then I do.
You're not doing with intention. If you want to talk, if you want something to happen for you, you have to move on it. A hope is a hope. You listen. I can't date potential.
No, just
I cannot date potential. I need to know, like, okay, oh well, you know, he got the potential to, you know, be great. Are you great right now in your current standing? Can we grow that current greatness to something bigger?
I like to be chill at first. So, I like to go in.
I hope I talk to him before the night is over.
Oh my gosh.
I want to ask.
That's just.
Yes, Jarrod.
Do I approach?
Do you approach people? I'm gonna say this first. You don't give me that you do approach people.
I do, but like I said, it's more.
A way.
What'd you say?
You do the like. You did say
that. I'll do that, but then I also like I'm also waiting for like a sign or a signal or eye contact or something.
Attraction.
Because then I'm like, okay, so is he or am I like it's like
so
one of those.
What's the reason behind that? Like, is it because you don't want to be rejected or?
I don't want to impose, and I think that's my personal thing.
I feel like the same way, honestly.
I don't want to take over anybody's.
That's why I try to be chill about it because, like, if you like, I am scared of rejection 100% because, like, it does like, it does like it's like a little hit to like my ego. I'm just like, oh. I thought it was pretty.
We talked about it,
I know. I mean, it's an ongoing thing. Okay, I'm working on myself. But yeah, no, there's like that fear there, like, oh god, what if this doesn't go well, or what if it's like awkward and stuff like that. So like, I have to find the confidence in myself first. Takes a couple tequilas. When I do have tequila, I mean that's when I'm like more on Tony's level. I'm just like, hi, my name's Renee. What's your name?
Hey, beautiful. I love it right there.
I literally like hop next to them like, hi.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's either you get it or you don't.
But like when I'm sober or I tend to be a little bit more nervous.
Yeah.
I
think for me, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't.
No.
Yeah, no. I think for me, it's like, I don't know. I think I've had a lot of instances where it was like my presence was not wanted, and so I'm just very much like. Yeah. I'm going to wait and see if y'all are even open to me kind of being in your space before I insert myself. I'm not just going to just be like, hey, I'm here. But that is a little bit of I guess I would say on some level, it's a little bit of a or what do you call it? With like the prophecy or something, whatever you call it. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay. Almost, because it's like, you know, they don't get the vibe from you. So sometimes you just have to get comfortable with inserting yourself and asserting yourself.
Come on.
And Yeah, so I'm that's where I'm working on. That's what I'm working on, and I think I'm getting a little bit better at it now.
I did want to ask you guys, because I feel like this happens in the straight community, so I want to know if it happens in the gay community. So, like, when me and my friends are, like, sitting at, like, a bar top and just talking, we'll be approached by a group of guys. And that's how we get approached sometimes, like that. And
that's some straight stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so that's straight stuff. That doesn't happen. So like,
we're too picky.
Okay,
you don't know who.
All right.
First of all, I might want you, but my friend don't want your friend, or I might want your friend and you might want me. So you don't know how this
see, the
gonna
thing
play
is
out.
that also typically at a straight bar, if you see a group of girls together, you know that they're not with each other. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's the other thing.
Okay. I wanted to ask that because like that's how a lot of guys approach me and my friends is like
and
they'll come over in a group.
But see,
they got about one drink.
But it's a little bit. I get it. It's a little bit easier because it kind of comes off as more like, hey. Like hey,
let's all party together.
Like we're drinking,
and
you're drinking.
Meanwhile, there's the one guy in the group that they're really trying to get to talk to, like the one girl. Yeah. But it's like it's a lot easier because
I get that.
It's not
so
just one person approaching.
Maybe that's the answer. Start going to the club with your friends.
And start approaching other groups. You never know.
That could be a solution as well. You know,
oh, that's a first learning from the
group approach.
I've had a group of friends like approach my group of friends, and it worked out. Like, granted, it was like she said, one person wanted to talk to one of the other friends, but we all clicked, and it was a fun night. You know.
Let me run down some of our advice for the night. So, I have if you're alone at a bar and you are trying to, I don't know, just try to strike up some kind of conversation with some people, and kind of seem approachable so that people can come up to you, then maybe strike up a conversation with the bartender. That was some great advice from Renee. So I'm going to actually try that out. I'm going to be out this weekend.
I'm gonna try it too.
I might try that out.
I might try it tonight.
It actually, it really helped. It really worked with at Boxers before the incident. When I was talking with the bartenders, the guys next to me were like going in on the conversation too. So it really works.
Okay, all right, good to know. And then another one that you said was take care of yourself. How are you gonna? If you don't take care of yourself, how are you gonna take care of me?
Facts.
Like I don't know, like write that on a Post-it and put it on your dresser drawer, and so that you recognize that when you're getting dressed for the day.
I look this way for a reason.
That's right.
I woke up like this.
Tony and Melvin are both saying you're gonna have to make the approach.
Yeah.
I have not said that, but that really is my advice as well. I think a lot of us have to get a lot more comfortable making the approach. Yeah. As I say, sit back and get what you get. Step up to get what you want. And so that is
also
that's what you
got. A hope is a hope.
And also
a hope is a hope.
and also just don't put too much like thought into it. Like
you into your head.
Go ahead.
Get out your head.
Get out of your
into
head.
The world.
Be yourself. Because half of the time when you're being yourself, that's when you're the most approachable.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's organic, and that's why people love this energy.
Unless you're being yourself as like a complete bitch, then don't do that.
Yeah.
Unless you're feeling bitchy, then don't go out.
I do have a quick question for you while we're in our last seconds here. Because you talk about like you're just able to approach people without having any kind of pre-gaming, I guess we could call it. I know you said you don't think about it too much, but I think what people may struggle with is what do I say when I get there?
And I think that's the beauty of it all. Sometimes that liquid courage, that tequila, those talking points tequila.
She's my girl.
Or tequila talking points. And so sometimes it's just like it catches you by surprise. Hey, is this seat taken? If I sit on your lap, who does that? Who even asks that? Or hey, I think naturally because I'm a therapist, it makes it easier to talk to people. I would say, hey, what was the most interesting part of your day? Open-ended questions. Not no yes or no's. open-ended questions.
What was your childhood like?
Oh my God.
If I'm going to approach somebody, I would hit them with the hi, how you doing? My name is Melvin. Nice to meet you.
Really? I feel like that is just. I don't know. I just don't know if I don't know if people would be open to that. I think they'd be like.
And if they're not, then maybe. But for me, personally, if somebody's not open to that type of conversation, then that tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I hear you. I hear you.
Or hey, are you from the area?
Yeah.
And I've never seen you all before.
Mm-hmm. Or hi, my name's Renee. What's your name?
Hi.
Yeah, I mean, what's basically what Melvin said. Yeah.
So I've seen you a couple times around. Hey, how you doing? It's finally good to talk to you. Meet you.
Doing good. How you doing?
Okay. All right. Yeah, so that would be our advice for this episode. We thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
And remember, if you got no one else, you got us. See you.
got us.
You like it?
Oh, I love that.
We got a tagline.
We got a tagline.